Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is Alex, and in this video, we're gonna be breaking down how to bet on sports with data and get an edge to beat the sportsbooks long term, okay? So I know it sounds crazy, but we all wanna make money sports betting, and that's what I'm gonna be going through in this video. So I love watching sports. I don't really play sports anymore, but I used to play sports. I'm not that good anymore, but when I'm betting on sports, I solely follow the data. I follow a very data-driven approach, and it has helped me tremendously. So you can see in 2022 and 2023, I use a verified bet tracker. It's called Pickett. It kind of reads in all your bets, shows you your profit and loss. I made over $370,000. I take my sports betting obviously pretty seriously. And in this video, I'm gonna explain everything you need to know about using data, using math to beat the sportsbooks, and it's not that complicated. You don't need a math degree, nothing like that at all. You don't even have to, have gone to college. Anyone can do this. The concepts are pretty simple. You just got to put in the work to be willing to learn. So what is positive EV betting? Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're finding coins that are weighted in your favor. That's the way I like to think about it. And if that's a little confusing, here's an analogy that was really helpful to me, at least when I started sports betting, is imagine there was a coin, and this coin is 55% to land on heads, 45% to land on tails, right? 55 heads, 45 tails. So let's say me and you, we're flipping this coin for $100. Obviously, you're gonna wanna pick heads. I mean, let's say we flip that coin once, you're on heads. It could still land on tails, and you owe me $100. You lose, right? 45% of the time you're gonna lose, but if we flip that coin 1,000, 10,000 times, the coin is weighted. It's gonna show up on heads more often. You will win long term. And that's the exact same strategy as positive EV betting. You're taking your emotions out of sports betting completely, and you're just following the data, knowing that your wagers have a mathematical edge, and you're gonna win long term. And that's essentially the strategy I use that we're gonna go through in this video, how to bet positive EV and make money off the greedy sports book. So let's get into it. So if you wanna be a great sports bettor, a positive EV sports bettor, you wanna make money sports betting, there's three things you need to understand. The first thing is so important, I can't even explain it to you. It's really important. Is all sportsbooks set their own odds? I know I've said it in other videos, but this is so important. The market is so fragmented. You think about the stock market. Why is it so hard to make money day trading? Basically impossible for retail traders to make money day trading is there's no inefficiencies to capitalize on. If you go to Fidelity, Robinhood, Charles Schwab, any of these sites where you can buy and sell stocks, you're gonna see the same price for a stock. There's no major discrepancies. Whereas you look at this MLB game, all these books have vastly different odds. And I get it. It may not seem like a huge difference. Who cares? If I put $100 on the Blue Jays Red Sox game, who really cares? If I'm betting $100 on DraftKings at plus 100 odds to win 100 in profit, or I'm betting 100 on Fliff at minus 135 odds to win like $70 in profit. It may not seem like a huge difference winning 100 versus 70, but it makes a huge difference long term. It's like if you want to be a day trader, buying a stock at $100 versus 135, it makes a huge difference long term. So that's the first thing. That's why sports betting can be so lucrative, is the market is so fragmented or inefficient. The second thing you need to understand is everything is baked into the market. And sure, whatever, some people say, oh, it's not perfect. Sports betting markets, they're not perfect. Not everything's priced into the market. And maybe that's true. But the point is, these books, if you look at line movement charts, here's a line movement chart from OddsJam for Cavs Magic, one of the NBA playoff games. These books are constantly ticking around odds based on tons of things. Lineups, injuries, who's injured, who's playing, who's not playing, sharp action. Right? These books have access to betting volume, which is called flow. So they see where are profitable customers, where are sharp customers betting, and they can adjust odds accordingly. It's kind of like the price of a stock, right? If the economy is doing well, that's priced into the stock. If a stock has a great earnings report and they overperform, the stock price will go up. That's ultimately reflected in the market. It's the same thing in sports betting. Right? A lot of people say, oh, it's raining today. I should take the under in this MLB game. That's too simple. It's already priced into the market. The sportsbooks know that, other sports bettors know that. It's already baked into the odds, right? So even just sharp action, where are profitable customers betting? That is priced into the market. If all of the profitable customers on FanDuel are betting the over, they're gonna move odds towards the over. Maybe they'll move the line from 10.5 runs to 11 runs or something like that. These books are constantly moving their odds. And the final thing you need to understand, third thing, is that sportsbooks, they tell you information through their odds, right? So I'll give you a simple example, is if you look at this game, Blue Jays Red Sox, most of these sports books have the over favored, right? So for example, you look at any of these sports books aside from DraftKings, Caesars, FanDuel, Fliff, they all have more juice towards the over. So for example, on Caesars, they have the over at -115 odds, betting 115 to win 100 in profit. They have the under at -105 odds, betting 105 to win 100 in profit. So they're giving you a worse payout on the over. So you know the over is the favored outcome. They're giving you a worse payout. That is the juiced or the favored outcome. And it may not be super clear in this example, but if you look at the Cavs Magic game, right, you'll see the Cavs are roughly -200. So most sports bettors know, okay, the Cavs are the favored team. They're the more likely team to win according to the market. So sportsbooks tell you win probabilities, which team is more likely to win or not win through their odds. So for example, a -200 favorite means a 2-to-1 betting favorite, 2/3 to win, 66.7%. A -300 favorite is a 3-to-1 favorite, 3/4 to win, 75%. -400, 4-to-1 favorite, 80% to win, yada, yada, yada. So sportsbooks tell you win probabilities through the odds that they're putting out. That's really important. So this play, over 10.5 runs, and Red Sox Blue Jays is actually a play I locked in on DraftKings at +100 odds. I put my own money on it. And the one thing I want to make this really clear, this is not the same bet as over 10.5 runs on FanDuel, because FanDuel has a completely different price, -114 odds. It's like if you're a day trader, buying something at $100 versus $114 is completely different. It is 100% different. The price you're getting is where the edge comes. Nobody wins every bet, right? I made $370,000 the past 2 years, and you'll see there are tons of losses. I am not the type of idiot that says, hey, I win 90% of my plays, I win every bet. That's not possible. It's about getting an edge and winning long term. And you'll see I locked this in on DraftKings at +100 odds. So what is +100 odds? +100 means you're betting 100, or in my case, 500, to win 500 in profit. So you're betting 100 to win 100, 500 to win 500. Again, it's just like flipping a coin. Heads, you win 100, tails, I win 100. So this is basically a coin flip, and we're getting +100 odds. So why do we like this? Well, essentially, the coin is weighted in my favor. The over is the favored outcome. I think the over is the more likely outcome, the favored outcome. I'm getting +100, so it's just like flipping a coin that's weighted in my favor. Why do I think the over is favored? Well, look at Caesars. They have the over again. It's juiced to -115, -105. The over's juiced, the over's favored. So according to Caesars, a multi-billion-dollar company, the over is the favored outcome, the more likely outcome. So the coin is weighted in my favor. FanDuel, they have it -114, -106. So we have a second data point. All these sports books have slightly different models. They're taking different bets, so they have different odds. So we have two independent data points, Caesars and FanDuel, who are saying the over's favored. Then move on to Fliff, over's favored. PointsBet, over's favored. Betfair Exchange, which is a super liquid, super active betting exchange. They have the over favored. Bet Online, BetUS, BookBay, every other book. There's hundreds of sports books, independent data points, books that are running around. These are billion-dollar companies. They have their own sophisticated models. They're taking millions of dollars in bets, and they're saying, hey, the over's favored, and I'm getting +100 odds. So it is quite literally just like flipping a coin that's weighted in your favor. And a lot of people will say, well, do you watch baseball? Do you watch a lot of Red Sox games? No, I don't. I don't care. It's baked into the market. Did you look up the weather forecast? No, it's baked into the market. Did you look up the starting pitchers? No, it's priced into the market. It's priced into the odds. And again, in sports betting, you don't need to be perfect, right? I placed thousands of bets in 2022, 2023, made $370K because all my bets have an edge. I don't remember if this bet won or lost because I don't really care. I know the process works. I know the math behind sports betting, and that getting an edge, right, is how you're gonna make money long term. It's just like flipping a coin. If the coin is 55% to show up on heads, we don't really care. We know 45% of the time it's gonna show up on tails and we're gonna lose money, but it doesn't matter. We know the coin is more likely to show up on heads. So if we flip that coin, let's say 10,000 times, we know we're gonna come out in the green. We know we're gonna make money. And that's the same thing with positive EV betting. Do I have losing weeks? Yes. Do I have losing months? Yes. But do I win long term? 100%. And that's the goal. You wanna make money long term. And a lot of people say, oh, that's so simple. This is such a simple betting strategy. You're following the odds and assuming things are baked into the market, but that's what works, right? Really, the hard part of sports betting is getting down the volume. It's waking up every single day and placing these positive EV bets that actually have an edge so that you can make money, right? Nobody sees the future. There are tons of gurus who will tell you, oh, I know who's going to win the NBA Finals. They're all full of crap, right? Everything depends on the price, the odds you're getting, and that's how you get an edge. That's how you beat the books long term. And the one thing I will say is there's a lot of people who will say, hey, I have my own model to beat the sportsbooks on the MLB. And first of all, there's hundreds of sportsbooks. So why on earth would your model be better than, let's say, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars? These are multi-billion-dollar companies. If your model says, hey, I think the total for Blue Jays Red Sox should be 8 runs, how are you 2.5 runs off from a bunch of billion-dollar companies who are taking hundreds of millions of dollars in bets on the MLB? They have the line at 10.5. Right? If the line should be lower, all of the sharps would have already bet the line, the under at 10.5, and the line would move down to 9.5, then 8.5, wherever you want it to be. Right? That's just how sports betting works. That's how markets work. If everyone thinks the under is the more likely outcome, they'll keep betting the under until the books ultimately adjust. So long story short, is betting with data perfect? No. Will you have losing days? 100%. Will you have losing weeks? Probably, right? But the point is when you're just following data, every book has the over favored in the Red Sox Blue Jays game, right? And we're getting plus 100. We found a coin weighted in our favor, so we want to flip it. That's how you want to think, right? You want to think about everything in terms of probabilities, getting an edge, and winning long term. So in a nutshell, that video explains positive EV betting. We could get deeper into the math of what is your edge, stuff like that. So if you want to see a video on that, just let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what other content you want to see, because I'm happy to do it, and I'll be happy, to make those types of videos. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.